During the sermon, I'm going to be asking you to sing a song with me. And it is found in the bulletin. It's called God Will Make a Way. So I just wanted to let you know it was there. And what will happen is Edith will play through the chorus once, God Will Make a Way. Then we will sing the chorus, the verse, and the chorus. So just to let you know that that is going to happen. Well, we've been looking at a series of sermons, and this is part 3 of that, How to Live the Good Life in This Economy, part 3, God's Formula for Managing Finances. Now, if you happen to have missed any of the sermons and you want to go back and look at them, David has been so kind to put them on YouTube. And so you can go there and see them. I post them on my blog, and that's printed in the bulletin, so that you can go there and look through the sermons. But don't forget also all of the great music that we have. The prelude, postlude, the solo, the music during the offering is also posted on YouTube. And you can go there and listen to that as well. Well, contrary to many people's opinion, it's not a sin to be wealthy. It's not a sin to have a good job. It's not a sin to have a pension and to have savings. The problem is that for all of us, the wealth we had, regardless of what it was, big or small, is a lot smaller today than it used to be. The lifestyle that we had is no longer the lifestyle we've got. The unemployment rate is up, and the number of people who thought they would be retiring early is down. And the number of those who retired living on their investments and non-guaranteed pensions and are now returning to work is up. It almost seems that there is no job today that is secure. Financial security seems to be like a dream for so many people. And we're on that financial roller coaster. It is times like this that we need to stop, look, and listen to God's formula for managing our finances. Because for most of us, we tend to define ourselves by what we do and what we've got. So here's the good news. He who created you and loves you and is on your side wants to let you know that that's not true. You are not defined by what you do or what you've got. You are more than your job, your finances, and your possessions. Luke 12 says this, our Lord said, a man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. We are more than our money and possessions, but we do need to know how to handle what we have. And so during these economic times, we need to forget about what we may have lost or will never have, and begin to ask ourselves how we manage our finances from now on. None of us like the fact that our finances have dramatically changed. But in the midst of these times, God has a formula for managing our finances. And so, the first component of God's formula is simply this. Learn to manage your money and not have your money manage you. There's a lot of people out there who find themselves in a lot of debt, crushing debt, overwhelming debt. And you may be one of those people today. And if you are and you don't know what to do or where to turn, I want to be very blunt with you today. Don't take any more time worrying. Worry will kill you. Worry will cause you to make stupid decisions. Worry will cause you to do things that will hurt you and your family and your friends. If you are in a debt-crushing crunch, you ready? Go get help. Tomorrow morning, call a credit counseling agency, and there are credit counseling services right here in Strathroy. Go to the phone book, look them up, or if you want, go to the computer and Google them. Non-profit credit counseling services. They can help you, they will help you, and they can get you back on the road again. Do it tomorrow. Don't wait. Now, you may be part of the group of people out there who need to just stop and take a financial inventory. You see, too many people today have no idea what's happening to their money. Well, the first step in getting hold of your finances is learning to manage your money and is learning to know what happens to it. How much you have and where it's going. Anybody here end up at the end of the month going, whoa, where did it all go? Yeah, you don't have to raise your hand. But the smiles, I can tell. You see, God expects us to use our money wisely. And to use it widely, we need to plan what we do with it. And so that means using the B word. That word that drives shopaholics insane, that drives the impulse buyer berserk. You need to budget. And we learn to manage our money. We learn where it goes and why when we develop a budget. A budget is not something carved in stone, but it can keep us moving in the right direction. See, a budget helps you to differentiate between needs and wants. Is there anyone here today, anyone who did not expect that this day of economic crisis would soon come, would have to hit us one day? I mean, how long could we continue to produce more and more and more cars, more clothes, more things? There had to come the day of reckoning. Now, part of learning to manage your money is not only to budget, but to learn how to live a simpler lifestyle. I have a quiz for you today. If you went home today and looked in your closet and you took out all of the clothes that you haven't used in the last year. Okay, I don't have to ask the question, do I? How much would you still have in your closet? If you went home today and just wandered through your house and made a pile of the things that you say to yourself, I'm going to use those one day, how big would that pile be? If you went home today and made a pile of all the things you haven't used in your house over the last 2 years, how big would that pile be? Oops, hit home there. And so the question is, do we really need more? Well, here's some guidelines for you for your buying. You need to ask yourself, why do I want this item? Am I buying it out of need or out of greed? Am I buying it to impress my friends? A second question, is this an item I can afford? Have I first taken care of my other financial obligations? Will this purchase keep me from giving to God what I have pledged to give? And then finally, and I'm sure most of us don't do this, have I prayed to God for God's guidance in this decision? God said He'll guide us in every decision we make, even the use of our money and the buying of things. Well, the first component is to learn to manage our money. And the second component of God's formula is giving. Yeah, I know. We hate to talk about that.